Have you ever seen a hero who is more terrifying than the villain? Usually, the protagonist arrives with a shining sword and a heart of gold, but not today. Meet Lloyd Frontera, a ruthless genius civil engineer who got reincarnated as a trashy noble. He doesn't save people with kindness, he scares them into submission. Today, we are looking at the world's scariest hero who uses his demonic facial expressions to build an empire and, let's be honest, scam everyone in sight. Lloyd doesn't just scam commoners, he goes for the top. He's out here shamelessly flirting with the queen herself. But don't get it twisted, he's probably just trying to get a tax break or a massive construction contract. Whether he's forcing literal monsters to work for free or sweet-talking the most powerful woman in the land, Lloyd's ruthless genius brain is always working. He's the only hero who will build you a house, steal your heart, and then send you the bill for both, from trash to engineer. Our story starts with Kim Suho, a hard-working civil engineering student in Korea. After a life of struggle, he wakes up in the body of Lloyd Frontera, a character from a novel he was reading. The problem? The original Lloyd was a legendary loser, a drunkard who left his noble family in massive, soul-crushing debt. His parents are crying, the creditors are at the door, and the estate is falling apart. But Suho, now Lloyd, isn't worried. Why? Because he has the forbidden knowledge of modern engineering. While everyone else sees a dying wasteland, Lloyd sees real estate potential. He realizes that if he can't live a life of luxury, he'll just have to build it himself, from the ground up. Saving the world with bricks. This is where the action gets unique. Lloyd doesn't fight monsters with just a sword, he fights them with blueprints. Need to save a village from a freezing winter? He doesn't use fire magic, he builds a modern Ondal underfloor heating system. Need to stop a monster invasion? He builds a bridge with advanced structural integrity that confuses the local mages. Lloyd doesn't care about heroism, he cares about efficiency. He treats his workers like a corporate boss from hell, including his summoned creatures, but hey, it works. His construction logic is so solid that the system helping him actually gets confused. It expects a hero, but it got a project manager with a terrifying work ethic. Lloyd versus Javier, the ultimate duo. Every great hero needs a sidekick. Enter Javier Asrahan, the handsome, ultra-talented knight who is actually the true protagonist of the original novel. The catch? Javier absolutely hates Lloyd's guts. Their relationship is the perfect love-hate bromance. Javier is legally forced to protect Lloyd because of his knightly duty, but he spends 90% of the time judging Lloyd's evil personality. Javier is the straight man to Lloyd's crazy man. Watching Javier's handsome, stoic face crumble whenever Lloyd does something shameless is the funniest part of the series. But deep down, when they actually cooperate, they are the most overpowered duo in the kingdom. The scary expressions and negotiating power. Let's talk about the faces. The artist of this manhwa deserves an award. Lloyd's expressions are legendary. Whenever a villain tries to act tough, Lloyd just looks at them with a face that says, "I will take every penny you own and make you work 24/7. Even the monsters are terrified. In one iconic scene, Lloyd scares a giant ant queen just by looking at her. It's a brilliant mix of comedy and action. He isn't winning because he's a chosen one with a magic power-up. He's winning because he's the most terrifying negotiator and capitalist in history. He uses fear to bring prosperity. It's twisted, but you can't help but cheer for him. Why he's more terrifying than the villain. Now, you might be wondering, how can a guy building bridges be scarier than a literal demon king? Here is the secret. Villains want to destroy you, but Lloyd wants to own you. Most villains are predictable. They want power or they want to rule the world. But Lloyd is a capitalist from the depths of hell. He doesn't want to kill his enemies because dead men don't work. Instead, he traps them in ironclad contracts and forces them into manual labor. While a villain might torture you, Lloyd will look you in the eye with that twisted grin and explain exactly how he's going to seize your assets and turn your lair into a low-income housing project. He treats his summons like 24/7 laborers with no overtime pay. When a giant monster appears, most heroes think, "How do I kill it?" Lloyd thinks, "How much weight can that thing carry?" He is a hero who uses the tactics of a villain to achieve the goals of a saint. That's what makes him a true menace. He's the only person who can make the bad guys feel like the victims. Conclusion. The Greatest Estate Developer is a masterpiece because it subverts every tired trope. It's funny, it's smart, and the MC is a total menace in the best way possible. If you want a story about a hero who builds bridges, scams kings, and has the facial expressions of a horror movie villain, this is definitely for you. So, what do you think of Lloyd? Is he a genius savior or just a lucky scammer? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this recap, smash that like button and subscribe to Manhwa Expert for more epic recaps. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Check out these Zoro-inspired kicks, sharp, green, and pure beast mode, or go dark with these Itachi Uchiha specials. That sharing in detail is awesome, high quality, super comfy, and perfect for every anime fan. Don't miss out. Click the link in my bio to grab yours now.